Good morning, everybody. It's finally here, the day. We are putting the suspension brakes and wheels on. Everything's arrived, barring the rear brakes, rear brakes and the rear control arms and lateral arms. But all the front end can now be built up and finished. So we've got the brakes are there. I'll show you them. I want to show you what I'm doing this morning, and then this afternoon will be the suspension and the brakes and wheels and all that lot. I've had a good, you can't really see on here, but I've had a good hoover up in my little square area here, because obviously when I'm putting the wheels on and if I'm moving stuff around, you know, to get on level ground to do the corner weighing and stuff, I don't want to be driving through metal swarf and stuff. So I just had a good sweep up. I powder coated these. I don't know, did I go over these, making these? I just fabricated some of these sill stands with a little catch tray to put the wheel nuts in, just so they don't get lost. I was running out of things to do. Well, you know, I was waiting for all the bits to go. And then there's just some 20mm bar, just some solid steel bar, and then I've actually just put a bit of T45 pipe on the end, and then just welded it and powder coated it gold for obviously black and gold BC racing. No, I just had gold in and I ran out of black, so I just thought it might be a bit easier to see, you know, if you've dropped them on the floor or whatever. But yeah, they just go through there like that, and then obviously into the sills. Yeah, what I wanted to, I'll go onto time lapse, but I'll run you through quickly what I'm doing with the doors. I decided in the end not to go with a full carbon door, you know, full inner skin carbon and outer skin carbon. I've completely gutted the door and I've left the metal structure. It's something that I might revisit in the future, but it was negligible, the weight saving that I was going to gain. I was going to lose quite a bit of strength for the thickness that I want, like how thin I wanted to go on the carbon on the frame. And I want my windows to, I've got some window supports. I'll grab them. Yeah, I've done quite a bit actually, thinking about it. I think I've not really done much, but there's some window supports that are going to go from the poly windows down to the door, but they're going to go to the steel frame now. So I'll grab the poly windows to turn up as well, actually, from ACW. I've got, well, that's the passenger side. It's 4mm, it's thermo formed. It is what it is, it's nice and light. So, and the driver's side, I'll show you when we're doing it, but it's got like a slider with a nice little billet knob on it, you know, to open and close it. What else are we doing? I'm getting sidetracked again, but there's quite a bit of stuff. I made some carbon fibre door cards out of the old splitter, well, the remains of the old splitter they had from Brands Hatch, so it's got the honeycomb on it, but it works well, it's nice and light. There's a few scratches on it, but it'll remind me when I look at it of the ordeal that we had with this splitter at Brands Hatch, we were on the floor. So yeah, repurposed carbon. But I'll go, speaking of that, I'll go over to I'll take you over here to the what I'm doing now, because I was just going to crack on with it, but I thought it's probably quite interesting for you to see what I'm doing. But 2 secs, I can get the right dial on this. So I'm gutting the door, and I found like a neat way of doing it. Let me just make sure that's Should probably do this first, shouldn't I, really? Yeah, you can see there. So I've cut the inside of the door out, which is this piece here. It's fairly heavy, well, kilo and a half, couple of kilos, whatever. Cut that out. The carbon panel is going to go on here and then just be riveted on. I'll show you the other side in a minute. I've got like an inox, do you know, like a grinding wheel, a real rough grinding wheel, like a stainless grinding wheel. And what I'm going to do is just go all the way around the outside and grind the outer skin off. And then you'll be able to peel the little piece, you know, in between the adhesive. You'll see anyway. I'll do a little put on time lapse. But then that will remove the outer skin, and then we've got. I'll stand it up and show you. Then we've got the two door bars, which will be. Oh, you can see that. You can see it. Yeah, you can see it. Two door bars will be coming out. They're on once the outer skin's off. They're on loads of like drilled rivets. I'll drill them out, it's fine. The other thing is, there's a massive reinforcement bar behind this panel here, and this is on loads of like electric welded rivets, spot rivets. I'll drill that out as well, because that's real heavy. It's out in the scrap pile, but it's really heavy, all the stuff that I'm going out of it. And then this door, the hybrid door, complete with the hinges, locks, door handle, everything complete, is 6 kilos. So, I mean, I think the rear door is 3.2 kilos, not complete with the hinges and stuff. So probably the rear doors you're looking at about 4.5, 5 kilos, complete. So there's about a kilo in it, do you know? And there's a lot of work to make a mould of this inner skin. And the other thing that killed it for me, we have to have door cards. So what was the point in me making this super lightweight, you know, remainder of a skin when I've got to put weight on and add a door card anyway? So yeah, I'm happy with it. If it's something in the future when I get to that level, you know, losing 1 kilo, then I'll do it. But for the time being, yeah, it's sound. I'll show you the door that I've done. I've not bonded on yet, and I'll grab that skin as well and show you that. So all I did was take a mould of the front face. You can see how like that is, it's like paper thin. I took a mould of, this is not the mould, this is a driver's side mould, but I took a really thin mould, gel coat, and then fiberglass. Oh, it's going everywhere. Fiberglass, just a normal mould, and then laid it up in carbon. This one, I ran out of Kevlar, so I've done it. This one's actually come out better than the other side because I used Easy Lease and I didn't let it dry. I didn't let it have its 15 minutes in between coats. So this one I used wax, just good old wax on the mould. So it's come out a lot better. It was just wet lay as well, which obviously the other stuff that I'm doing is infusion. This is wet lay, and it's actually come out. I'm pretty pleased with it, you know, like considering. Obviously I'm going to sand this all down, XCR coat it, and then buff it up, you know, to match the rest of the car. But on the reverse, it is. You can see how thin it is. Look, but I ran out of Kevlar, so this is the passenger side. Just one of them little quirks in it of doing it, but the layup on the driver's door is 210 carbon on the outside, seat inside. Different to the rear doors, I did a Lantasoric on the rear doors and thinner carbon. So I put this additional, it's actually BMW carbon. I've got a massive roll of it, but BMW carbon on the inside and then 200 GSM carbon Kevlar on the inside of that. So I'm going to trim that and then bond that back to the front, but I'll stop recording and I'll go show you the driver's side. So yeah, this is the driver's side. It's not bonded on yet, but it gives you an idea. So obviously it's not bonded on, so bear with me. Yeah, so it's got that's how it looks. So we've got the metal inner door skin, the original door handle going on there, all working, and then the carbon fibre panel to meet the regs for the door card. It's even got I've put the original rubbers on as well, so it's actually going to be watertight. So yeah, I won't go into too much detail now. I've already gone into enough, so we'll skip to the time lapse, and then I'll do the normal voiceover, voicing over what I'm doing. But yeah, that's where we're up to at the minute. So the tape's fallen off, but yeah. You get the idea. So yeah, what I'm doing here is I've just, as I said, a grounder on the edge with that stainless inox sort of cutting disc, and then remove the outer skin, and then I'm just drilling off all the rivets here, the electric welded, whatever they are, spot weld rivets. Bit of a pain in the ass, but I think it owed me about 4 hours, maybe 3 hours, 4 hours. In total, to strip, trimming all the door, ripping all the guts out. This is just trimming the carbon outer layer, the skin. I don't know if I mentioned I think I did anyway, but I ran out of Kevlar, so this door skin will be lighter than the driver's side, which is a bit counterproductive, but yeah, should have been the other way around if anything. But one of them things, one of them little quirks. Yeah, just drilling and riveting the door card here. We've since, I'll show you in a minute, but we've since, me and my dad this morning have found some little rubber bungs to fill them holes. The holes were for the main supports, as you can see in the middle of that door card there. They were for the main supports for the splitter going to the chassis. Yeah, but we've bunged them anyway. It looks alright. I'll show you. Well, I won't be able to show you, but because we've just glued the doors on. Yeah, so here we're fitting the suspension, having a little text there, a few snaps. Yeah, we're putting the suspension on, having to fab up a few brackets and stuff, to put the brake lines and the ABS wires and whatnot. And then brakes on, having a good read of the instructions. I was actually, I just like to double check. I don't really need to read the instructions, to be honest, but I'm just double checking what they rate, torque settings and stuff. I'm checking them, that's what I'm checking there again. Torquing the bolts up, everything, so they're all right. Yeah, that's it, wheel on, finished. Torque the wheel up, it's got to come off again because I've got to bleed the brakes and that, and then the obligatory pictures for Instagram. This is what I've been doing today. I've just come down, glued the doors on, and then I've just put some little carbon plaques with a bit of advertising for BC and Hard Race, just when the car's up in the pits. Not that it will have enough advertising on the car itself, but just, I thought, got some stickers, bang them on there, looks alright. So yeah, I'm just drilling them off and riveting them. And that's it really, that's the last of the splitter. So yeah, just to go over, that's what I've been getting on with today. Just doing these, what they call A-frames, you want to call them, with the little nut holes in there. I think they look quite good. Yeah, just finish it off nicely. Look nice when it's all the carbon car, and then obviously the carbon A-frames as well. Yeah, I'll show you. One minute. We've got everything, all the front end on. Obviously the geometry's not there yet, it's near. I think I worked it out and measured it last night. I've got about 6.5 degrees of positive caster, which I'm mega chuffed about. These you can't get a great amount of caster from factory, so anything more in addition you can get is great with them. And I've managed to get it, I'll show you real quick. It's already a long video. Managed to get it on the adjustable top mount. So that's where, you can't see in the video, but that's where I've mounted the little remote reservoirs. And then that's the, I'll try and get in a bit closer. I think you can see it. It's not very good light, but you can see I've got the caster adjustment on these top plates. It's quite rare, to be honest, that you get them on this platform anyway, but I've managed to push the caster all the way back, which obviously gives me the additional caster. And then I've got the camber set to max, and also the camber set to max on the adjustment down on the wheel here. So running about 6.5 degrees of positive caster, and then about 3.5 degrees of negative camber, static, negative camber. I did actually measure the ride height gain from, obviously when you go lock to lock, the splitter actually comes up off the ground, I think another 15 or 20 mil. So it shows just how much more negative camber you're getting when you're going lock to lock, and the wheels are sitting up on the inner edge of the tyre. It's obviously going to make the steering heavier. So just another one of them things I'm going to have to get used to. But I've also bought some of them Chinese tyre pressure monitors, these things here, and then I'll show you the screen, but just see if it might work, it might not work. They've got some alright reviews, to be honest, so I just thought give it a whirl. Oh, you can't see it, I'll show you another time, but it's just like a little solar panel thing on the dash, and it just tells you your tyre temperatures, so I can get like live tyre temperatures. I don't know, it was 20 quid if it works. If it doesn't work, I'm not bothered. Yeah, the doors, me and my dad bonded the doors on this morning. You can see that. So this is all, I just used the same sealant as what I used for the roof and the windscreen, just windscreen sealant. It goes off in an hour. Probably set now, but I'm going to call it a day, and then come back and check it tomorrow or whatever. But yeah, I'll leave it at that because it's a long video anyway, so yeah, tune in for the next episode. See you in a bit.